name's Rob Cassidy from PeopleStream. Today I'm here to talk to you about how to have an effective one-on-one for performance management. So the first thing you need to remember to have an effective one-on-one in performance management, you need to have them frequently. The frequency doesn't matter as long as you're doing it regularly, it's scheduled, and that you don't miss them. That could be monthly, which is what most of our customers do, or here at PeopleStream, we do it weekly, and I do it with my team on a weekly basis. As a manager, you need to be prepared before you go into one-on-ones. You need to know what your employees have done, how are they tracking against their objectives, how can you assist them, and then go in there prepared to have that conversation with them. Being prepared also applies to your employees. So encourage them to document in the performance plan what it is they want to discuss. So for my team, I always encourage them to get in there before our one-on-ones, make any notes about what they want to talk about, so I can go in prepared, knowing what it is that they might be struggling with. Alright, so this brings me along to my next point. So as a manager, when you go in there, you want to make sure you keep the conversation open. Usually when I start my one-on-ones, the first thing I say to my team is, so how's your week progressing? And I'll leave it up to them to tell me how their week's progressing. Sometimes they might just say good, other times they'll tell me of an issue that they've encountered or something that's been successful for them, a good win that they might have had. One thing that I do as a manager, and this is just me, it may not work for you, but for each of my team, I work with them on not only professional goals that are documented in their performance plan, I also help them to achieve personal goals. Some of my team, they want to be arborists. I've got another one who's a budding writer and someone else who's playing hockey. So each of them have their goals in relation to that, and I work with them to make sure that I can do what I can to assist them to achieve their personal goals, and through that, they're better at achieving their professional goals. During your one-on-one, make sure that your conversation is documented against your performance plan. There's a number of reasons for doing that. First and foremost, you can refer back to it and make sure that you're assisting them as best you can in their performance, but it's also there as evidence in case anything happens in the future and you need to refer back to it. At the end of your one-on-one, it's important to clarify with your employee, what have you discussed? What are the actual steps they need to take? Make sure you're in agreement on how they're progressing towards their objectives. You'll know if you've had a good one-on-one. If you get to the end, you've provided the employee with some positive feedback, they're starting to feel like things are going in the right direction, and then you both agree on the path forward. If you've got that agreement, you know that conversation has provided value both for you and for your employee. Thank you very much for listening to me today. I hope I provided you with some value on how to do an effective one-on-one. The main takeaway for me would be, as long as you're both feeling confident and progressing towards completing your objectives, then it's been a successful one-on-one.